Hi, this is Sohail from 47874J, and today we'll be discussing our attempt at making a snail mech on our high stakes robot to score rings on here. So you can see so far we have a pretty basic intake system. 2 motors attached down here. It'll spin this to pick up the rings and it'll go up. And in the back, we got our single standard Mogo. It's down here. Pick it up pretty easily. And you can see there we have this little metal bar here and these little pieces of polycarbonate. Those I'll talk about in a sec, but basically this just pops up, standard intake. Intakes brings the rings up the ramp, and then there's this top floating thing, which is powered by a piston over here, which I'll show in better detail in a sec. But it's also has these standoffs, which are wider than the thing wider than this like stopper at the top, so it can slide over that, but still like rings can fit inside, so it can kind of slide that on top. It can be this system. We have a piston over here, which this piston basically, because we need it to rotate up. We need this bar to rotate up. We need to rotate larger. We like a lot of degrees, so we need to put the piston on a gear ratio, and this actually works pretty well. But for the moment, it's not powerful enough since we've added a bunch of more systems onto it. So we might need to add the second one of these on the other side, but for now it's just one. And what it does is basically it lifts this whole system up to be vertical. So it lifts that. You can see this section of the intake is now facing straight up. This metal sheet at the back kind of now forms a backbone, a back ramp to the intake, and also these top kind of like holding sections kind of pop up as well. So all of these are connected through string. So you can see for these things, the string is hooked right here. For this bottom ramp, it's through this zip tie over here. And then also when all that pops up, it pops up our intake, so we can get over two stacks. And then the other reason it pops up our intake is for the second part. Second part of our second part of our snail mech, which is the part that makes it go like this. We've got 2 large pistons down here, one there. They're pretty good at pushing it up. Haven't had any issues with that, just pretty standard. So now what that does is make our intake vertical, and also because this thing is popped up, our intake is now, this bottom section of our intake is at the same height above the ground as it was when this was down. You can see, if we didn't have that pop up, it would hit into the ground, and that would be pretty bad. There. So the way this works with the stake is we would come over here. We would intake. We would intake a ring into here. It would travel vertically up our intake, and then these standoffs would pick it up here, put it all the way around, and then if I move a little bit here, then it would drop it. It would turn. Let's see if I can move it here. So it would spin and drop it straight on the stake. It's not working too great so far, but we'll see. We can try a little bit more tuning with it and just getting a little bit more consistent. So hopefully it'll be a really good consistent mechanism.